Hi folks, Thyra Whitford here, and thanks for joining me for the second video in this series on spiritual and energetic tips of why the body holds weight and what you can do to release it. If you haven't already watched it, be sure to check out the sedentary body pattern video that we posted earlier. Today we're going to talk about the traumatized body pattern. This is when the body has experienced some kind of trauma at an earlier date. These folks are usually quite active and their eating habits are typically very healthy, and yet for some reason the body still holds tight to excess weight. I find this fascinating. My question is always why, so I dug a little deeper, and here's what I know so far. Your body is your protector. It's your very best friend. And when trauma happens, the body will automatically respond. It'll create an energetic shield to protect you and your soul. This shield will allow you to numb out, to do things out of character, to repress memories, and to cushion the body. This cushion is what we're talking about today. This is the excess weight that just won't leave no matter what you do. So what can we do to break down the armor? Well, we have to go back. We have to address the memory. We have to address the fear. We have to hit it head on. So here's a little disclaimer for the information that's about to come. If you're listening to these upcoming tips and they resonate with you and you're ready and you feel like it's time to release and feel better and better understand what's happening to your body, then embrace the information and let it help you. If you feel like you need help with this, get help. Don't do this alone. You don't have to. And if, as you're watching, you just really don't feel like you're ready yet, that's okay. You will be. Be really kind and gentle to yourself today. It's okay. Now, let's proceed. So what I've found with most trauma victims, especially sexual trauma, is that when we look back to the events that happened, we do two things. One, we see and feel the events like they are just happening, even though they might have happened a plethora of years ago. And two, we still see things through our child eyes. So let me explain these. The first one is when you look back to the trauma and your five or any of your five senses engage, you can see, you can smell, you can feel things like you're right back there, then there's more to do. There's more to understand. The best healing that I found for this is spiritual, and it comes with the belief system that says everything, everything, everything happens for a reason. If the Creator, if that Holy Divine is a teacher, then what were you meant to learn from this event? It would be something, and something fantastic and significant. What I think is that for all of us, we're here to learn at least 3 life skills, and those life skills will make you so much better than you could ever imagine. So your biggest and your most traumatic experiences are going to be playing into this. They're going to be encouraging you to look beyond the yuck and towards the growth, to look towards growing into something better, something more positive. So if everything happens for a reason, then the question is, what was the reason? What was the reason that this happened? How did your traumatic experience make you amazing? What beautiful skill were you meant to master with this experience? Those are such good questions to ponder from the time that it happened till now. How have you changed for the positive? How have you grown? Now, is there a word that might resonate with you? I'm going to give you some words just to help this along. Growth. Did you find that you grew? Have you grown from then to now? Did you find strength? Did you find confidence? Did you find patience, independence, compassion, love, flexibility, understanding, kindness, freedom, joy? Did you find your analytical? Did you find a divine connection? There's a number of words. Those are the ones that I'm starting with today. If you've got more words, then find your power word. When you can find a positive word that can describe what you learned, then you can begin to understand your part in the whole puzzle. When that happens, then you can begin to forgive. Now, forgiveness comes in layers. Sometimes we need to forgive ourselves for not saying no loud enough or good enough, for being naive, for being in the wrong place at the wrong time, for not being strong enough, for not saying something sooner. There's a plethora of reasons why we plague ourselves, and it's time to forgive. Just forgive. Everything, everything, everything happens for a reason. Forgive. When you can see the positive in the traumatic experience enough to give it a power word, this can promote healing. A little trick that I do is I create a healing phrase. So you can use this healing phrase when you've got your power word. So if my power word is independence, I really felt like my trauma helped me to become independent. Then the phrase, the healing phrase, and I'm going to repeat it a couple times. I went through that event so I could best learn and understand that I am independent. I went through that event so I could best learn and understand that I am, now the I am here is a bit biblical, that I am independent. When you can understand a bigger picture, then you can begin to forgive all parts of the story. And when you can forgive, then you can heal. And when you can heal, then the body doesn't need to hold on to that excess weight, does it? So, all right, now that's one part of it. The second part of it is where folks continue to see through their child eyes, to see the events through their child eyes. This means that an event probably happened when somebody was a child, and every time in their mind that they look at it, they turn back into the age that they were when the event happened. Now, as we are adults seeing trauma through child eyes, reality is now skewed. First, we don't take into account that we're physically bigger, or that we know more about how to protect ourselves, or about how not to get into potentially dangerous situations to begin with. And second, reality looks different as a child than it does as an adult. Hurt feelings as a child are not always rational. When we look at the events with our adult eyes, then sometimes we can see that it's not as bad as we thought it was. And sometimes it's worse than we thought it was. But with trauma in childhood, the body tries to protect us by making us bigger so that we are not as easy to move. That's the only thing that the body can do. And the body is our best friend. It wants to protect us. So as a full-grown adult, when we fear as a child, in our child view, that this event could recur, we put ourselves back in the age when it happened, forgetting that we have more knowledge, more skills and information than we did as a child. And because we believe it could happen again, our body protects us in the only way it knows how. It gives us extra weight to ensure that we are immovable, less attractive, less vulnerable, less of a target. If you're a victim of childhood trauma, take some time now to celebrate your adult body, your rational mind, your decision-making abilities, your strength, and your strength of will. These are not things that you had to this capacity in your child body. These are your strengths now. They are what you were meant to learn from this situation. They are your power. making it so that you never need to go through this again. All right. Today, we've been talking a bit about the traumatized body pattern, and I hope that you found it helpful. If it's not helpful for you, maybe it's helpful for someone that you know, please feel free to pass the information along to someone if you feel fit. And that's what I have today. I am so grateful that you joined me on this journey. I hope that you will again join me the next time when we discuss the very fun Hidden Brilliance body pattern. Okay, until next time, everybody, take good care of you. Bye-bye now.